Hello again, my friend. This is Double Talk 73, and today we're going to participate in the uh, Battle of KANIQ Creek in Alaska. Okay, and here's the rigs we're going to be using. Okay, we're going to be using our River Tech Summonator 8 foot 10 inch, our Thunderspin 5500 reel, uh, X Series Fluoro 025, X Series jig 6/7 ounce, and a 4 X Series 4-inch nymph. That's going to be used to try to catch a unique Chinook salmon, which are the biggest up here. We're also going to be using this rig, our Phoenix 11.5, Espira MLR 3000, Fluoro 009 line, oval bobber, a barbless 4 hook, not 4/0, number 4, and flies with a 15-inch leader to try to catch a small blackfish, so that the competition is the difference between the largest fish you catch and the smallest fish. That difference is your score. So let's see what we can do. Let's join, enter competition, and we're going to be fishing. We're going to land at the cabin right here, and then we're going to go out onto the island in between the second and third island and just see what we can do. Maybe we'll do better this time than we did last time. All we can do is try. If you're trying, you're having fun anyhow. Oh, there's a mosquito after me. I must be sweet meat today. And the moose hollering for a girlfriend. We're at 7 p.m. and cloudy, so let's see what we can do here. Okay, there's just a marker. Let's try that one first. First of all, I guess I might ought to get the correct rod on. That might help. There we go. Now let's try this again. And I'm going to use a 3-speed stop and go retrieve. Okay, here we go. I hope I can do better than I did last time. Now that's a fish. Maybe that's not a uni, I don't think. You never know until you get them in. It's a trophy. Okay. So see, our difference right now is nothing. Because I don't have but one fish. That might have something to do with it. Oh, I didn't cast that one out very far. Yeah, it's okay. It's in the water. Last time I caught a 43-pound trophy and missed the top 10, if you remember, if you watched my other video, by 2/10 of a pound. That's not much. Not up here. 2/10 of a pound is not much. Here we go. 50 pound. That's good. Now, our difference is, oh, where are we? We're not even in the top. Oh, we're number 1 now. Ah, Lordy, our difference is 42 pounds. Ah, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. I need to take a picture of that. I ain't been 1 or 2 and turn it in a long time. Not early on. Seems like I'm always the last one to catch. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring it on in. And let's go see if we can catch this small one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump here and then back to the cabin, because I can do that faster than run. So where we're going to go now is around these pines, down the side, around these trees right here on the bank, and up to the big rock. There we go. Okay, now we got to get our small rod on. We're going to fish right out here. And hopefully we can catch us a nice little blackfish. They come small. There's a little ding. Come on. Give me a little old bitty one. 0.1 pounds. That'd be great. That's a little bigger. But it's a start. What do we got here? 2 pound long nose sucker. See, that's too big. That still gives us a score, see, of 48 pounds differential. That's not too nothing to sneeze at. Let's see what the guy in first place got. He's got he caught a 0.2 pound blackfish. Come on, little bitty one, 0.1. Come on, little buddy, come on. Come on, little buddy, come on. Remember what I told you, just because your bobber is laying flat, that does not mean you're not going to catch fish. Come on now. Okay, we'll try it and reset it. Try it right there. See, the last time what I did was backwards. I tried to catch the little one and then went and tried to catch the big one. And the uniques, as you saw, were being caught early. Oh, this is a smaller one. Come on, be a little old bitty one. Then we can spend the rest of the time trying to catch us a bigger. 0.4. I'll take a 0.4. Yes, I will. Let's try one more cast for a little one. There's a nice Chinook uni, 59 pound, almost 60. I put him up there number 1 too. Very good. Good fish. Good fish. Now that's too big. We're going to have to go catch us some bigger fish, I guess. Okay, we'll keep that one. Okay, let's get our number 1 rod. Okay. Now we're going to go over here so we can jump back to the cabin and run up. That's the most unis I've seen caught in a long time in a hurry. That's pretty good. Last time, if I remember right, there were like 4 unis caught the whole competition. Everybody was making their weight difference with trophies. That's all I caught. I caught like 43-pound trophy. So that's pretty good. That's a lot of unis in a hurry. See if we can catch a bigger one. You never know unless you try. But I will probably spend the rest of the tournament, which is 21 minutes there, which in real time, and it's an hour and a half in game time, trying to catch a bigger Chinook. Because I think at point 2, that's not that's going to be a trophy. I think that's not big enough. It doesn't go up, make the bar graph go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, okay. This is a tournament that a lot of guys that are really proficient up here wait till the last little bit to enter so they know what they've got to beat. I just like to put my number up and come at it. If you can beat it, beat it. That's what guys do when they're playing golf. So I'll shoot a 66. You're right. If you can beat it, come at it. One time in my life, I had a chance of breaking 70. Excuse me, breaking 80. And I 3-putted the 18th green for an 81. At least I had a shot. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's like a lottery tickets. People say, I ain't never going to win. If you don't never buy one, you ain't never going to win. $1 for a chance to get 1.5 billion? Why not? Why not? Now that's a bigger fish. That's a bigger fish. Nope. Nope, come on. How about a 65, 70 pounder? Yeah. We'll take a 65 or 70 pounder. That wouldn't hurt my feelings. You also notice I'm using a different lure too. Last time I used that 2-ounce X Series spoon, and a friend of mine said, try that nymph you like. So I like a nymph for just about everything up here. The sockeye salmon, pink salmon, coho, chum, bull trout. I like it for just about everything. And he said, well, use it for Chinooks. It's okay. So that's what I've done. And he was right. Like I told you, I'm never too old to learn. Never too old to learn. And I'm old. I'm almost older than dirt. But learn a little bit, pass it on. That's the fisherman's way. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I hope you like my video. I hope this one does good. And if you subscribe and watch some other videos, you may get just one little tip to help you catch more and bigger fish. You never know. Just one little thing can make all the difference in the world. I was fishing in Missouri trying to catch the rowdy bass and the leprechaun fish, and I couldn't catch nothing. I couldn't catch a cold. And a young guy, a level 24, he called himself a noob. He said, what size hook are you using? I said, I'm using a 4-aught, and I'm getting a lot of dings, but no dongs. They're just not hitting my bait. He said, try a 5-aught. I said, okay. So I put a 5-aught on, and sure enough, I caught 5, just bam, bam, bam. And I said, well, thank you. And we'd already talked about me being as old as I am. I'm 71. And he said, it's kind of neat that you're playing a video game at your age. I said, to me, it's fun. He said, not only that, I like the fact that you took advice from a much younger noob. And I said, I'll take advice from anyone. because you never know when that one little piece will make the difference in your whole game. And he said, well, thank you for learning. I said, well, you're more than welcome. Wow, 66 pounder. That's a nice one. That would put me up there. But we're just about. I don't know. They're supposed to spawn the unis about every half hour. We caught one soon enough that we should be getting close to another one. Good Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise. There's a 52 pounder. See, that's the most unis I've seen caught up here in this competition in forever and a day. Let's see what we got here. There's a one. There we go. Let's go straight at it. my dog's scratching the door to come in. He wants some cashews. Oh, he loves cashews. I've got the door closed where he wouldn't come in while I'm playing this tournament. He's scratching on the door. Let me in. Now, I know when he wants to be loved on, he'll come in and flop my arm up with his nose, and that's love me. And when he wants cashews, he'll come around behind me on the right side of my chair, and I've got some little plastic containers there with nuts in them, and he looks at them nuts. Now that's a bigger fish. That might be the one. That might just be the one. Oh, that would hurt my feelings. Come on, baby. Be about 60 pounder. Come on. But he lets me know what he wants. Whether he wants to be loved on or whether he wants them nuts. Come on. Give me big, 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 big. Ah, 47. Can't complain though. It's a uni. Still got time to catch another one. That was at 8 o'clock on the nose. 7:59. So we got an hour, which is what? 15 minutes of real time to try to catch another uni, a bigger one. We're still hanging in there, top 10 for now. And see, we're about a pound off of being in the top 3, top 4. It can happen. It can happen to you too. But if you're not up here trying, it's not going to happen. So give it a try. You got nothing to lose. Game's free. The only thing is you got to have enough cash to get up here and enough cash to buy the rigs that you need to catch the bigger fish. Because you can buy it all in the game. You can spend your money for DLCs, but you don't need to do that because you get a lot of stuff that you don't need. You can't really use it most of the time you're fishing, but that's up to you, whichever way you want to get that big rig. Because if you're going to catch a 60, 70 pound Chinook, you're going to need a pretty good sized rig. And this one I got on here is roughly 40, 44 pound matched. That's a pretty hefty rig. But I don't want to lose my lures, and I don't want that big fish to get away, so that's why I do that. We were slowly slipping down. And there's a smaller one. That's okay. That's money I'll help pay expenses for coming up here to fish. $18,000 to come up here and fish. For a license and traveling, which is expensive. The only other place that's that expensive is Russia. And I have trouble making expenses in Russia. Now I catch some big belugas, and they're fun, but they don't pay nothing. All you get is experience points. And I'm going to go back there in a day or two and try again, see if I can't beat my personal best, which right now is a little over 129 pounds. I'd like to beat my personal best right here tonight. I think my personal best in Chinooks is somewhere around 70 pounds. 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, somewhere along in there. Boy, that would be an awesome, awesome feat. I was in one event, and I forget which one, that I did catch a personal best. I didn't place very good because I didn't catch much and nothing else. So you can't win them all. But anytime I get a personal best, I'm proud. I take a picture. I take a picture. Somebody else caught a 51 pounder. That's not good for me staying in the top 10 unless I get one 51 or better. Yeah, there's a 51.32. I'm on 52 pounder. You see how I'm working that lure? That's that 6/7 ounce X series jig and that 4-inch. I call it clear nymph. Just 3-speed. Bounce it off the bottom. Keep it moving. Come on, we still got time. Come on. Oh, missed that one. I thought if it was a miss or a rock. Or a pink. They hit kind of close in. Well, Chinook salmons hit close in too. I've caught unis right up here by the bank. They follow it all the way in. So when it gets close, I start looking for swirls in the water. Okay. I don't know any of those people in top 10 right now. That Reckless Fort man was up here practicing earlier. I saw him. He was back there when you land at the cabin, go all the way to the left. And fishing back there with a 8-foot lime green crank. Bring it in at 1 speed until it hit the bottom, then letting it go and let it rise back up to the top, and then take and then crank it again. That's what he was using. To each his own. I applied for a flounder tournament that was happening earlier today. And the funny part about it is, I thought it was in Russia. Because that's where, bream tournament. I thought it was in Russia. I didn't read very good. That's my bad. But anyhow, so I go bebopping to Russia and looking to enter the tournament. Ain't nothing happening. I thought, man, now what's it done to me? Because I've had that happen, that I'd enter tournaments and then go and it wouldn't let me in. Just a bug in the software. So I thought, what in the world? Don't tell me I done spent 18 grand to get here, license and travel, and then you're not going to let me in the tournament? Oh, come on. So I went back and read the event a little better, and it was in Germany. So I was in the wrong place. And I'd put my rod stand in the home, because up here in this tournament you can't use a rod stand or a canoe. So I fished a while, and by that time the tournament was over, and I thought, whatever. I just, old man brain fart, because the bream that I've caught And I'm sure they're all over Europe, but the ones I caught were in Russia. So I figured that's without reading the way I should. And my wife says I do that sometimes. Then I see what I want to see. Uh, I didn't read that it was in Germany. I just went to the wrong lake, wrong river. So later on, I'll go back down in Michigan, and I'll fish for blues or go to California, which I'll probably do later on this evening, and fish for sturgeon. Try to get that money back I spent today. Boy, I tell you, I spent a lot of money chasing those uh, event fish around the rowdy bass and the leprechaun fish. And tell you, when you go from lake to lake to lake or river to river, and you spend a few thousand each time, it don't take long to put a lot of money out. So then I go back to Michigan and earn it back. Come on, 51, 52, 60. Come on. Get up there, reel. I know when a reel stays lower, it's not as big as what I want it to be on a graph or chart, whatever you want to call it. Learn a little bit, pass it on. That's the fisherman's way. And don't get hung up. Like you can do something about that. Several months ago, I used to fish in Michigan by the big sailboat out of my kayak. As before bottom rigs. And honest to goodness, there was a floating hazard of some sort or other down there that would move around. I mean, I got hung in one place, and I'd move, and I'd get hung essentially the same, like 55 feet. I'd get hung at 55 feet, move my boat, and start fishing again, and get hung at 55 feet. And I kept pulling in somebody's wire or fishing line, snags. And so I just went back over to the dock and started fishing off the dock again. And I could cast out to the same place and not get hung up. I mean, exact same place. Of course, I had to cast out 115 feet, but I wouldn't get hung up. Part of the game. Ones and zeros. That's all it is. We're down to number 9 now. Bunch of 51s, and we gotta have one. Come on. Well, we ain't gotta. But it'd be nice. We still got time. We got 15 minutes. 15 minutes of fishing time. Game time. Worst things can happen. The worst thing that can happen is there's still an hour of other people coming to fish, which is probably not going to hold too well for me staying in the top 10. But I've showed you where, when, how, and with what. And you know that you can do it too. Just get in the competition, come up here. Come up here and practice. Now, the way you get that nymph is by staying 30 days and or nights at one of the lakes. And once you get it, you want to use a big enough rig that it doesn't get broken off. Like down here, if you use it down in Florida to try for bass, you don't want a big old gar to come get a hold of it and tear it off the end of your line. Because once it's gone, it's gone. And it's a good lure. It's a good lure up here for, like I said, just about everything I use it for. And now I know it's good for Chinooks. Oh, look at me. That was dumb. See, didn't look, didn't look. I was bouncing across there with level 4. Why don't one of y'all tell me? See, look, dummy, you're cranking it in too fast. Excuse me, big dummy. I've told y'all before, I'm 6'3", 305. I'm a big old feller. And there's not a lot of fat on me. I got a belly that's got pretty well invested with food. But I'm pretty stout for an old man. I grew up on a farm in Indiana working hard. That's okay too. That gives you character. And just about most of the people that I've met from Indiana have a good sense of morality, good sense of morals. It's just the way they live. I think that's about going to do us. You never know. Lightning strikes, doesn't it? But I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you do, please watch some others. And don't forget to subscribe. Press that subscribe button down there. I get an email when you do, and if you've got a channel, I guarantee you, I will subscribe to you as well. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do when I get a whole bunch of people to subscribe, because now I've got just a little over 40. But when I get emails that people subscribe me, I click on them and go back and I reciprocate, because that's just the way it ought to be done. So it looks like that's about it. Okay. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Well, thank you for watching. I don't know if you made it this far or not, but I appreciate it if you did. Tight lines. Good luck. God bless you and your family. Catch a lot of fish and catch some bacons. And I'll see you later on in another video, I hope. So y'all come back now, you hear? And thank you.